We got chapter 1178 spoilers! Boom! Anyway, chapter's title, it was a nightmare. Oh, okay, interesting. Oda's doing something with these titles, bro. I wonder why. But anyway, as expected, we get Luffy versus Emu. Luffy and Loki versus Emu in this chapter. Let's get into it. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you like this content, and make sure and leave a comment down below. Helps with engagement. Luffy moves Brook and Usopp to Sanji's group. Meanwhile, Loki attacks Emu, but Emu dodges all attacks. Almost as if, having experience in battles would make someone a better fighter. And if someone doesn't have enough experience in battles, going up against someone who does, they're not gonna win. I digress. When Luffy returns to the fight, Emu transforms into a black-shaped form, similar to Saturn at God Valley. Emu stabs Luffy and Loki with the black body and uses Domi Reversi, but it has no effect on them. So, just take that whole Loki Domi Reversi theory and throw it out the window. That was trash. Trash. But this is interesting because why is it not working? Is it not working specifically because of Luffy and Loki's fruits, or is it not working because it doesn't work on any devil fruit users in general? Because all of the people that we've seen get Domi Reversi thus far have not had devil fruits. That's been like a big part. We don't exactly know how the move works, but I digress. We'll get into it. Luffy attacks Emu with a Gatling. Loki, in human form with Ragnar, lands a freezing attack on Emu. We have Loki again having to transform back into human form and using Ragnar. Yo, I actually really like Loki as a character. I just hate the agenda pushers on Twitter who try to make it seem as though Loki was above Luffy, although common sense, like the most basic common sense and reading comprehension would tell you, no, that's not true. Ragnar is a big part of Loki attacking, along with the fact that he is an ancient giant and his devil fruit powers give him an edge. But against experienced fighters, that's not really gonna work. Harold, let Loki kill him. It's simple as that. And anyone else who says anything is a lying agenda pusher, and they need to be. But after this barrage of attacks from Loki and Luffy, Emu's black body has disappeared from the ice. It looks like the Elbaf situation is back to normal. And I have a theory on this, right? And I've been thinking about it for a while. I'm like, why is Domi Reversi seeming so like it's fluctuating for some reason, When we saw it used on rocks, it was a formidable move. Like, it took Garp and Roger absolutely everything in their arsenal to take him down. So now I'm wondering, could it be a result of the drums of liberation being played? Hear me out. When Luffy and Loki transformed, it literally changed the entire atmosphere, I would say, of Elbaf, the entire island. Like, we saw it in the manga. It started jumping back and forth with the rubberization, and then we saw the snow and the lightning coming down, and the drums of liberation were heard. The drums of liberation. If Domi Reversi turns people into demonic slaves overriding their will, then the drums of liberation could play a role in freeing them. This is why when Chopper just slapped a giant, he flipped back over mad quickly, because they've already been exposed to Nika's aura, I would say, and that is how the Nika fruit counteracts some of Emu's powers. It unintentionally helps free people. We know the drums of liberation have we've seen it already. It has a special rhythm to it or something. And we saw it with Emmet. It literally woke him up, or it was powering him to keep going. So I don't think it would be a stretch to think that Luffy's abilities can affect more than just him, because we saw the Toon Force affect other people. So why wouldn't the song that legit is made to liberate people help liberate people from being demons? I don't know, just a theory. Saul and Robin arrive at the library, but they find no books, and the owls has also disappeared. I don't have a theory for this one. This one is super strange to me. Where the hell is all the books gone? Where the hell is Emu gone? Vegapunk put out the fire by sucking up all the heat energy and froze over the entire library. But where has it gone now? We also haven't seen Summers for a while. Speaking of Summers, he'll come up soon. Zoro's group is close to defeating the Domi Reversi army, and Chopper arrives to finish off the rest. Now, this Chopper probably have the Forest God fruit? I think so, because his transformations kind of don't make sense to me from the standpoint of Monster Point is literally just a giant form. When he trained over the time skip, he was able to imitate the, I forget what was the name of those things, but he shouldn't be able to do that if he just has a regular human zone. He should have 3 transformation points. He shouldn't be mixing it up like that, you know what I'm saying? So it could have something to do with Chopper's fruit. It could be Luffy's drums of liberation. We just have to wait and see. Summers is recovering, and it looks like he doesn't have a human heart. Now, This part right here, this part had me thinking, why does Summers not have a human heart? What do they mean by that? Like, when we see him regenerating, does he literally lack the physical human heart? Could that be a part of the vows that he took with Emu? Because Summers been a Holy Knight for really long. For all we know, Shamrock could have been a red herring and Summers could be the true, like, Supreme Commander. I don't know, that's a wild one. I don't think they're going to do that. But I'm definitely thinking that the Holy Knights are going to get a second wind and something's going to go on. Especially after what Killingham said about, like, keep underestimating us. In the end of the chapter, Luffy returns to his old tired form because he's out of energy, which, like, I've been thinking about that. It makes a little bit of sense. He went giant form and he's been in Gear 5 for a while. He's going to run out of energy. We know what happens. People complain about it. I'm just like, bro, eventually he'll get to that point where this is not happening. But again, he awakened a Gear 5 last week, guys. Remember, just because we've been reading for 2 years in the real world does not mean that 2 years have actually passed in the manga. Think. But this is the part that's absolutely crazy. In Marie Joie, Emu informs the Gorosei that Mu will be leaving the castle for a short time. So does that mean that Mu is gonna pull up in the flesh? Usopp told them run the ones with your bare hands. Yo, did Emu listen to that man? Did Usopp just get us all cooked? We know his lies come true. Does his words come true too? Yo, I do not know, bro. But I think Emu is definitely taking Nika and Needhog as a more serious threat than we previously thought. This chapter, like, I don't know how to rate it as yet. I have to read it, bro. But it kind of like, it got some highs and some lows, some ups and some downs. And it's like, it's a little bit anticlimactic, but we realize that there's more going on here. I think Oda is deepening the mystery of the Elbaf arc and of Elbaf itself. And I'm really enjoying that and I'm excited to see where it goes forward. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. And like I said, if you like this content, drop a like. And if you really like it, drop a subscribe. I react to the chapters on Sundays when the officials come out. So make sure you're tuned in for that. And until next time, I see you guys. Peace out.